welcome back to my channel, guys. How are ye all keeping? I hope you're doing really well. Today's video is going to be a half and half face, so high-end versus affordable. I did my full face of makeup using one side high-end and one side affordable. So which is which? Do you guys know? Could you tell? Could you? Well, I'll let you know now. So this side is the high-end side and this side is the more affordable side. And I tried to get dupes and stuff. These videos are incredibly difficult to do. I get an awful lot of requests to do them. I'm going to zoom you out a bit actually. You're a bit close. A bit of my girl. That's a bit better. Move you out there a little bit. I get asked to do these videos quite regularly. They are difficult enough to try and gather up enough products and not only to like make sense on the face, but to actually look like the higher end product so that you're actually getting a dupe or, you know, a more affordable product that looks exactly like the high-end one. So that's what I did in this video, and I'm going to jump into it right now because you don't want to hear me rambling on. I did a talk through. I haven't done a talk through in the longest time ever, and as always, leave your requests down below for future videos. Would love to get your requests. So let's see how I got this look and what is on my face. So let's get started. I've just applied my little cat ears into my hair. A lot of people get very confused over these. Like, why are you wearing cat's ears? And my response to that is, it's a hairband and why not? Okay, let's prime the face. So I'm going to take the Smashbox side. I'm going to take on my high-end side the Smashbox Photo Finish Foundation Primer. And on the affordable side, the dupe that I found for this is the Photo Loving Primer from NYX. They're ultimately the same thing, except for the NYX is like 1/3 of the price. On my drugstore affordable side, I'm going to take the NYX primer first and apply that into my skin. Now taking the Smashbox on this side. Both of these are silicone based primers. The one thing I will notice from applying this into my skin is that the Smashbox one is a little bit smoother. I still prefer the NYX because it's just so much cheaper and I don't find that this does anything different. I'm going to use a brush and I'm going to use a beauty blender to apply my foundation. The brush that I'm taking is my favorite brush and it's the Sigma brush. It's the Flat Kabuki F80, and then there's just a standard beauty blender just rinsed out. Foundations that I'm taking today are my NARS Sheer Glow foundation and my L'Oreal True Match foundation. Both of these, in my opinion, work quite similarly. They work the same on my skin, and that's why they're dupes for me. I have a whole lot of love for this, so it's empty and I will be taking off the lid. Please come out. I hope there is some in it. Whew. I'm just applying this with the beauty blender onto this side of my face. I'll be placing an order online to get a new one of these. I get mine on. Does it look fantastic? I think it is. That was a close one. I just had enough foundation in that bottle just to do half of my face. I'm going to take the NARS Sheer Glow now on this side and I'm going to apply that with my F80 brush like I already said. So apply it to the back of my hand. Oh my god. I'm low on this as well. Has that ever happened to anybody? Like your foundations run out at the same time as your powder or as your mascara or as your brow products and they all run out at the same time. It's so annoying. I find that this brush gives a little bit more of a full coverage, so I don't need as much foundation. It's just the beauty blender kind of soaks up a lot of product. Okay, so face is done, like my base will say. So I'm gonna move on to eyes like I always do and come back and do concealer and the rest of that jazz. I asked you guys in Snapchat if you want to see the naked 2 or the naked 3. So many people want to see the naked 3 and I only just realized this morning that my last like half face about a year ago was the naked 3 as well. But I have a different dupe for you guys today and I thought I would test it out today. Naked 3 on this side, and the one that I'm going to use on the more affordable side is from Makeup Revolution. This is the iconic 3. That's what they look like side by side or top to bottom. Yeah, very, very close. First of all, I'm going to prime my eyes. I'm going to use the Catrice primer. This is the Prime and Fine, and I'm going to take the Urban Decay Primer Potion. They're not identical. There is slight differences with them. They're close enough for me as a dupe in this video. If anybody knows any eyelid primers that are very, very similar, can you please let me know? I feel like eye primers get lost in life and I need more, and I need more affordable ones. I said it best to zoom you in. Please ignore my disgusting eyebrows. They're getting done tomorrow. From the Naked 3, I'm gonna go in with this shade here. What are you called? Limit. And we're gonna build that up a lot, because this takes a lot to build up. I'm gonna apply it into the crease, so we're just gonna keep going with this. Okay, from this palette, I'm going to take this shade here, which is similar to the Limit shade, and it's the 4th shade in. I'm going to take it on a different brush and apply that through the crease and build this up as well. Actually, this shadow, believe it or not, works a little bit better than the Naked palette. This shadow is much more pigmented and you don't need to use that much. I just dipped my brush in one time. Happily surprised with that. Okay, on a different fluffy brush, I'm going to take Nooner down here, which is this pinky mauvey brown, and I love this shade, and it's just matte and beautiful, and I'm going to apply that straight into the inner portion of my eye, right in there. I'm going to leave that there and apply more on the outer V. I'm just creating a halo type of eye. And then from this palette, I'm going to take this shadow, which is similar in shade, onto the outer V first and into the inner portion of my eye. You really don't need to pick up much of these shadows. They're quite pigmented and I'm pretty surprised. I've used them once before, but not comparing them side by side, so I didn't notice any difference. I'm gonna go in with this shade here and the gold and mixing them together and just patting them on. You can dampen your brush if you prefer as well. That is much better. I just realised that that shadow was called Buzz, so I'm applying Buzz over Trick to create like a gold, rose gold effect. Now from this palette, they don't have any names, but the gold and the rose gold, mixing them together and applying them in the same place. So now I just took that pinky shade out of the palette, the shimmery one that was right beside it. I was going to place it over the top. Okay, I'm gonna go in with Blackout here on the end. Take this on a really small little blending brush and just apply that to the outer V of my eye. Just right there. And kind of bringing it along the tape as well. And feathering it in. And then in this eye, I'm gonna take the equivalent of Blackheart and place it in the same positioning. This shadow has a lot more fallout. I've used this a few times before. And again, I'm just going to clean that up with the brush. I'm going to go back in with Strain. I'm just going to take it on a flat shader brush and apply it underneath my brow bone, just to highlight the fact that my brows haven't been done. And then I'm going to take this shade here from that palette. I'm going to take the same brush because it doesn't really matter. Now for the inner corner of my eyes, just to brighten them up, I'm going to take this shade here from Stila, and it is in the shade Dusty Rose. And then on this side, I'm going to take from Makeup Revolution the shade Rose Gold. This is the Stila one. And then this is the one from Makeup Revolution. Now for gel liner, I'm going to take the Inglot gel liner in number 77 for the high-end side. And for my affordable side, I'm going to take the L'Oreal gel liner. And then on this side, I'm just going to take the L'Oreal one. On this side, and I'm going to take the L'Oreal Voluminous on the other side. No idea if these are dupes, but they're very, very similar. So that's pretty much it for the eyeballs. I'm going to move on to my brows, and I'm going to fill in this brow with the Benefit Ka-Brow. And on this side, I'm going to use the NYX Tame and Frame, which ultimately these are kind of like the same product. They're both kind of these moussey formulas. The only thing that's a little bit off about them, the colour, but we'll try and make it work. I'm just going to put that through my brows. Benefit do the best brow products ever of life. And if I had one wish, it would be if this little brush that comes in the brow, in the lid, if they would make it with a longer handle, the most perfect size, right into every nook and cranny. It fills it in and it's just like the most daintiest, sweetest little brush ever. Placing Gimme Brow through my brows. I just want to neaten them up and just kind of reshape them. And then the Essence Make Me Brow I'm going to use on this side. This is a little bit more of a watery consistency. That looks good to me. I think they're done. Okay, I really want to apply eyelashes. The only eyelashes I have are expensive ones, so I'm not going to include them as part of the dupe, but I will write down some of my favorite lashes below, or more affordable ones. These lashes are only 12 euros, so they're not too expensive. Okay, lashes are on. These are the Glam & Co. Jasmine lashes. Like I said, they're only like 12 euro and they're from an Irish brand. Okay, on to concealer. For the affordable side, I'm going to go with the Maybelline Fit Me, and for the more high-end side, I'm going with my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. In my opinion, these perform exactly the same on my skin. I don't know why some people say that they're not anything alike, but they're exactly the same on me. They don't crease and they look nice and they brighten. They might be a little bit off in colour though, that's the only thing. I'm applying my NARS one under this eye. And then on this side, I'm using the Fit Me, as I already stated. Yeah, they're a little bit different in colour, I think. And then I'm just going to flip it over on the other side and blend out the NARS one. I'm going to go and set my under eye now, and I'm taking my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette for the high-end side and my Makeup Revolution palette from the more affordable one. I'm going to go in with that middle shade there, that banana shade, and I'm taking it on some sort of brush, if I can locate one. I'm going to pat that underneath my eyes just to set them down. And from the Makeup Revolution palette, this is the contour palette by the way, I'm just going to take that yellow shade. It's ultimately the exact same thing, and I showed these in a dupe video before. I don't think I've ever showed them on my face side by side. Now to set my face, I'm going to take my Inglot. This is the pressed powder. I will write down the colour below because I can't remember it. And my e.l.f. pressed powder in the colour Sand. Everybody and their mother always asks me where I get e.l.f. from when I show it in a video. You can't buy it in Ireland in shops, you just can't. But I buy mine on iHerb, and I will link it down below as well as a little coupon code if you want. My Inglot powder is broke as a joke, so I'm just gonna try not to get it everywhere. I love this powder. It's really full coverage as well, but it doesn't make you look cakey. Then I'm just going to take my e.l.f. powder, swirl that all around and pat it onto my skin. Okay, I'm going to contour now, and for my high-end side, I'm just going to take this shade here from my Kat Von D palette. And around the temples and across the forehead. For the more affordable side, I'm going to take this shade here, just underneath that banana shade, similar to the one in the Kat Von D palette, and just contour my face. Ta-da! Now I'm just going to do my lower lash line, and I am initially going to take Trick and just place that into the inner portion of my lower lash line. I'm just going to use that same brush because it's fine. It's fine. And I'm going to go in with Black Heart. I'll apply that on the outer V of my lower lash line, or the outer corner of my lower lash line. Now with a different brush, this is like a Morphe 508 brush, I'm just going to go in with the same colour, so that gold shade first. I'm going to kind of halfway, I suppose. And then I'm just going to take this colour in the end. Don't go crazy. Gonna get some fallout. Very, very scary. Don't want that. Okay, lower lash line, mascara, awkward mascara face, then L'Oreal Voluminous on this eye. Taking my black eyeliner from Inglot, I'm going to place this in my waterline. And then from Essence, it's their long-lasting eye pencil in the #1 black. It's the retractable ones. It is the blackest, most pigmented eyeliner ever, and that's it. Like one coat and it's done. For blush, on the high end side, I'm taking the Love Flush blush in I Will Always Love You from Too Faced, and in the more affordable one, I'm going in with Wet n Wild Apricot in the middle. These are ultimately the exact same on the cheeks. So I'm just going to take this with a stipple brush and apply it to my cheeks. just to the apples. Light hand dusting. Oh, crazy girl. A different stipple brush, I'm gonna take the apricot in the middle, and you just need a little light hand with this. Try not to go cray cray. And now for highlight, I'm taking the Laura Geller Gilded Honey and Wisp from Colourpop, and to me these look very, very similar on my skin. So whirl that one all together and just apply that to the high points on my face. Okay, note to self, don't use a brush that you may suspect could be dirty, because I have now gotten dirt on my head. Well, black eyeshadow. Taking Wisp now on a clean brush, or a brush that has never been used with black eyeshadow. I'm just going to apply that to the top of my cheeks. I'm going to go in with these two lip liners now. One is in the colour Mauve and it's from NYX, and the other one is Whirl from MAC. And then this one is the NYX one. So now for the high-end side for lipstick, I'm taking MAC's Honeylove. I'm just going to place that onto my lips. I love this colour. And for the affordable side, I'm taking NYX's Sable. Okay guys, so that is it. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I loved making it for you, and I love these kind of dupes videos, and you always find something new in it to try out and see what you think. If you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up and let me know what you thought of the dupes. Have you any more that I should try out? I will talk to you very, very, very soon. I love you guys. Mwah. Bye!